Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to talk about IIM Rohtak's admission criteria for selecting students into their IPM program. So let's get started. Now to begin with, the 5-year integrated program in management that IIM Rohtak runs, this program is designed for those students who are in their 12th standard, who have just completed their 12th standard, and who desire to make a career in the field of business management. For them, this is an amazing opportunity because if you do your IPM program, it's as good as pursuing a graduation as well as an MBA program. So it's almost like a BBA plus an MBA kind of a program. So you don't need to write two separate entrance exams, one for graduation and one for post-graduation. With a single entrance exam, you get admission into one of the prestigious business schools of India. This 5-year program, this will be having a trimester form of delivery, which implies that approximately 3 months would be considered as a trimester. And typically what happens is the entire 5 years will be divided in three months of trimesters. And at the end of every year, the students have to undergo mandatory internship also, which gives them unbelievable exposure. And that's the reason we can confidently say that IPM program is not just a theoretical program. It gives you very good practical exposure also. And remember, 4th and 5th year of the program, you will attend the classes along with the MBA students of IIM Rohtak, and you do get very good placement opportunities also. Now, the eligibility criteria for taking admission into IIM Rohtak IPM program for general category, EWS category and OBC NC category would be, you need minimum 60% marks in your 10th standard as well as 12th standard. And remember, the maximum age by when you can apply is 20 years. But in case anybody belongs to SC, ST or differently abled categories, then the minimum marks required are 55% in both 10th standard and 12th standard, whereas the maximum age allowed would be of 20 years. This is the rule that they have kept in place. Of course, remember, as far as IIM Rohtak is concerned, the tentative timeline of the selection process would be like this. Focus on the word tentative here. I'm just giving you a timeline based on last year's process. This may or may not continue in future, but this is how it happened in past. So the application form usually is made available in the month of February, and the last day to fill up your application form will be tentatively in April. The exam itself takes place in the month of May, and the results, the interview list is published in the last week of May. The online personal interviews, they take place in the month of June. First or second week of June it happens. And the final list of selected candidates is announced in the month of July. And your IPM program classes begin in August. So this is a tentative timeline of the entire process. Now the question is, how would the admission process be carried out? Friends, it will be carried out in 2 stages. You will have the stage of shortlisting for PI. So the PI shortlist will be prepared to begin with based on your performance in IPMAT exam. And then of course, once you have undergone the interview process, that's when the final selection of candidates will happen. Now let's understand how these 2 steps are carried out. To begin with, you need to understand the entrance exam. The reason for that is the shortlisting for PI will purely happen on the basis of your performance in this entrance exam. So in this entrance exam, you will have 120 questions which you need to complete in 120 minutes. That means you need to go very fast when it comes to solving questions. There are 3 sections in IPMAT exam, and every section has a time duration of 40 minutes each. The first section is quantitative ability, which is nothing but mathematics. And this is school level mathematics. So whatever maths you have learned till 10th standard, that should be more than sufficient. Of course, the questions will be tricky in nature. And if you prepare well, and if you're preparing in time, you do get good conceptual clarity and you will be able to manage this section comfortably. Next, we have got logical reasoning. 40 questions appear from here also. Once again, 40-minute sectional time limit will be there. Every section will be of 40 minutes duration. That means if you think about it, you're not writing one exam. Actually, you're writing 3 separate exams of 40 minutes duration each. Logical reasoning essentially tests your intelligence. Sometimes some of the questions will be based on puzzles. Variety of topics may be there. Number series, number analogies, coding, decoding, odd man out. There's a long list of topics that can be there in logical reasoning. Finally, we have verbal ability, which is nothing but English. 40 questions appear from English. So 40 plus 40 plus 40, 120 questions to be completed in 2 hours duration. Remember, every question will have 4 marks weightage, and if you get it wrong, 1 mark will be deducted. Now, the cutoff changes from year to year, but sometimes the cutoff goes very high. Last year, for instance, for general category, the cutoff was more than 380 marks. So you definitely need to prepare well for this entrance exam. So once you are shortlisted for interview, you will undergo the interview process online. And after the interview gets over, that's when the final list of selected candidates will be prepared. The procedure that they would use will be like this. Your IPMAT performance will have 55% weightage. And I'm sure you would agree with me, 55% is a humongous weightage. So preparing well for IIM Rohtak IPMAT exam is the key to getting admission, because you not only get an interview call, but it also helps you in converting your call. Then personal interview itself will have 15% weightage. And as I said earlier, it will be an online interview. Then 10% weightage is given to your 10th standard performance, whereas 20% weightage is given to your 12th class performance. So they would look at how you performed in your board exams also. So this is the final selection criteria used by IIM Rohtak. Last year, they had 198 seats for their IPM program. So friends, I hope you like this content. And if you did like this content, do hit the like button and share this video with any other person in your family or among your friends who may be aspiring to make a career in the field of management. And do subscribe to our channel, because we regularly upload this kind of useful content. So with this, I have come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching it.